Now that the Battlefield 6 beta is over, we got a new list from DICE about some changes they want to implement into the game before launch on October the 10th. Some changes for exploits and also the defibrillator. Before I get into all the details, be sure if you enjoyed the video to hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, hit the sub button as well. I would appreciate it. And also check out Control Freak. All their information is linked down in the description, and you can use my code to save 12% at checkout. Now, the Siege of Cairo and the Iberian offensive rooftop exploits were very annoying in Weekend 1 and Weekend 2. They said those have been fixed internally for launch, and that's a good thing because there were some other Battlefield games in the past that had some type of rooftop or building exploits, and they never got fixed. So I'm really glad that they got on this really quickly, and we won't have to deal with either one of those at launch because they were very annoying during the beta. The other thing they talked about, of course, here was the range of the defibrillator. It will also receive some improvements, either visually or audibly, when reviving a teammate. So the effective range is one of the big issues I had with it. Sometimes you could run up to a teammate or 2 or 3 down teammates and try to revive them, and you could be within a meter or two, and it would still not revive them. You sometimes have to stand right over them. Sometimes you have to grab them and drag them and just revive them that way. So the defibrillator was a problem. They said they're working on that as well. And it says the defibrillator also might not work while standing or being inside of rubble or certain situations because of the way the map is laid out, or the area that you're in. And I think that kind of had to be part of the issue when you were trying to defib someone and you could not, and you would have to actually drag them out of that rubble. So that's being worked on. Also, they're doing some collision issues that are preventing players from healing other teammates with medic bags when spawning in the map. Players have also been reporting some rare cases of random damage when spawning in the map. They're looking into that, and I did experience that several times this weekend, actually. Weekend 1, I did not experience that. This weekend, I would just spawn in off a teammate, off a flag, and just take random damage at weird times, and there would be no one around shooting, or sometimes there would not be anything around, period, besides me. So I'm not sure what the deal with that was, but that is also being worked on. Also, there's a bug with the camera in the deployment screen. The selection cross moves to the edge. That is being worked on. DICE has fixed internally some rare cases where the soldier camera toggled from first to third person view while playing a match. I never had that happen, but I did have a few issues where I would lay down maybe like in a corner to heal, to reload my weapon, and I would get stuck, and it would show it in third person. And then I could not move out of that instance. It would not let me play in third person, and that may be what they're talking about. It's kind of the situation that I had, but kind of from what I gathered from this was you were playing actually in third person. So hopefully both of those issues get fixed if they're 2 different things. And also it says this week's client update did fix some crashes per platform, but they're still looking into them. Some players are reporting sudden, unexplained mid-match crashes during the open beta. I did not have any issues in week 1. I did not have any issues until Sunday in week 2. I started getting just mid-map crashes on the PS5 Pro where I could not spawn back in, or if I was in the map, it was like I thought I was lagging, is kind of how bad it got. Everything froze besides me. Nothing was moving, nothing was working. And then of course it kicked it out and gave that connection error issue. And I got that a couple times, and I also had a few of my friends get that as well. Like I said, I did not get it last weekend and the first weekend, and I did not get it any time in the last few days until Sunday of weekend 2's beta. So hopefully that gets fixed as well before launch. And also custom search wait times. Now they reduced this or fixed this, I think it was early Saturday morning or late Friday night. They fixed the wait times from 4 to 5 minutes to 40 seconds to 2 minutes. I never had an issue with Conquest. Conquest, I can get in a match within 10 to maybe 15 seconds at the most. Now, of course, when I was trying to do the challenge for, the captures, so you had to play breakthrough or rush, I was waiting sometimes 5+ minutes and still not getting in a match. I could even close the game and go back in. I still could not get into a match. Had friends, the same situation, no matter which one of us was the party leader, we could not get into a match. That did fix itself, like I said, after this kind of hot fix they did for the beta. and we were getting in fairly quickly. I don't think we're really having to wait 2 minutes at any time, but it was still long at times, probably around a minute. So not quite as fast as a conquest match. So hopefully those things will work themselves out as well before the game launches. I'm going to be curious to see what they do with the custom search compared to the server browser that they said they're going to test, and I'm assuming they're going to test the server browser in Battlefield Labs. I would guess that most people probably would just use the server browser instead of the custom search. We'd kind of have to wait and see how that's going to work. But overall, these are some of the changes that they're talking about making after weekend 2 of the Battlefield 6 beta. I kind of hate that it's gone because it's going to be a long 2 months before the game comes out. So I'm really going to miss playing it. I really enjoyed it, even though there's a few issues of things that really need to be worked on. Of course, the things they listed here. I still think the game is absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be, as long as it launches good, and we don't have a whole lot of problems at launch. And of course, if the Battle Royale comes out and it's really good as well, I think that's going to be a big boost for the game. But if you're just a fan of multiplayer in Battlefield, just going in and playing Conquest, for example, as long as the game launches in a good state, or as good of a state as it was here in the beta, because this beta, in my opinion, was better than the launch of most Battlefield games, period, for the first several months to a year. Most Battlefield games have a big problem for months on end after a launch. So if the game plays as well with some tweaks on launch day as it did in the beta, I think we're going to have a really good game for several years. Leave me a comment with your thoughts, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.